We are the non-prophets argument. Premise 1. There is Jamie Boone and Kevin Stein and Eric Murphy and Denis Loubet, and it is the 21st of November, 2018, and we are at the Austin Free Thought Library, and they are coming to you live. Premise 2. Premise 1 is sponsored by the Atheist Community of Austin, a nonprofit educational organization for the promotion of positive atheism and the separation of church and state. Premise 2A. To learn more about the ACA, call their voicemail at 512-220-6561 or visit their website at www.atheist-community.org. Premise 3. Premise 1 broadcasts live every first and third Wednesday of each month from 7:30 to 9 Central Time. Premise 3A, the chat room can be joined by following the directions at www.nonprofitsradio.com. Conclusion? Given premise 1, 2, and 3, one should sit back and enjoy the show.
Well,
all right. Yeah.
You know, I was gonna break down this argument and be like, actually, I think that parts of premise 1 should be broken into other parts.
I started to evaluate it, but then I started to have like an existential crisis, so I kind of left it.
Do I exist?
I know.
Is it November?
We want to be pedantic about this thing, but we don't want to destroy its purpose as an intro.
Yeah, Jamie.
Hey, how do you know? Were you there? Yes, we are. Hello.
We are indeed.
Yes, every atom that makes me up was there.
Are you sure?
Prove us wrong.
How fast was it moving? As you can see and have heard, we have a guest with us today.
Hey, everybody!
Eric Murphy.
Eric.
Talk Heathen notoriety. You've made many appearances on other YouTube shows.
I have.
And are currently employed as the Director of Communications for the Atheist Community of Austin. Mm-hmm. And to that effect, you want to say hi, and I haven't let you because we're close friends and I can get away with this crap. And you want to tell us an update on how the ACA is going to do discussion groups for the shows.
You know, actually, since you've got that, I'm watching the live chat, and Zach Marsh popped at the very beginning. Only 70-ish minutes to go. I love it. I love it. But yeah, I'm Eric Murphy. If you haven't checked out Talk Heathen, absolutely check it out. I'm super, super happy that you guys brought me on. I love this show. And so when it comes to Facebook and when it comes to the official discussion group for the nonprofits, what has happened is it's slowed down. And we really, really want people to engage and all of that. And so we had started a private group for the ACA. And it's just, ACA Productions. If you went to facebook.com/groups/ACA Productions. Oh, there it is right up on the screen. Mark, you're amazing. Yeah. If you did that, you would get, you can apply to the private group. And what we found is when we started the private group, people were coming out and they were saying, oh my gosh, finally I can interact because my family would disown me if they saw that I joined this public ACA group. And so there's tons and tons of activity. Some of our other shows have actually collapsed their discussion groups and gone into that group, and it's just a big party in there. And so I know that talking about this before the show and talking to y'all about this before the show, I know that when it comes to interactions and posts and things like that, that you're going to be asking people to move some of those discussions over so that there's a little more activity so that you're seeing and interacting with other people. I think that's a really great idea. So thank you.
Yeah. So, to that effect, there will be a link in the description of this episode and a link in a post pinned in the Nonprofits official discussion group so that it will be easy to find your way to ACA Productions, which will be that.
Yeah, and I had not expected that the extra layer of anonymity would actually provide an outlet. That's
It really has, and it's been super heartfoked too, seeing these people come in and just be
awesome.
Like, here is my story finally, and I love it. It's this group hug, and I'm stoked.
Here's
about
the story. God's not real. And with the holidays coming up, people might need a closed discussion group more than anything.
Yeah,
but,
no kidding.
Yeah. But with that, I think we'll transition right now into news stories. Kevin, you got an update on a previous story for us?
A couple episodes ago, I can't remember. I think it was the one where we had Ashley on. If I recall correctly, it was, let's see, Wisconsin Attorney General. He hired 6 Christian chaplains to deal with the mental health of cops. While all 6 were white male, the academic credentials of one of them amounted to little more than a degree in biblical studies. 2 others didn't list any academic credentials at all. We also don't know if their training as religious counselors was analogous to a secular course load. On top of that, they said that all future chaplains would receive training on the taxpayer dime.
Yeah, I was going to say, wait,
awesome.
Can I have this job? This is amazing.
Yeah.
I don't have to list any credentials, and I probably know the Bible.
Does it say how much they're making?
No, it didn't go into that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was for cops who are having a hard time with a hard job.
Yeah, sure.
And it included that suicides have been one of the number one killers for police officers, and that's horrible. But I think hiring a bunch of chaplains as opposed to mental health professionals is the wrong way to go about it. And the FFRF agreed. They are taking them to court.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There it is. All right. Okay.
So, that's the update.
That's
awesome.
Wow.
So,
Courts for the win.
yeah. I
for now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really can't believe that. So they figured that people are going through an emotionally difficult time, right? They get these people who are ready to, and they decide we're going to evangelize, as a matter of policy.
Yeah. On taxpayer dime.
That's wild.
Well, I disagree. I think
It makes it easier for the vultures.
Yeah, I think they actually believe that Jesus is going to help them, right? So,
you want to think that they did this.
I would like to think
there
that
were
they
no
didn't do
nefarious
this
purposes behind this, but it's an obvious preferential treatment to the Christian religion, and not all the cops are going to be white dudes that are comfortable talking to a white Christian chaplain.
Yeah.
They want real mental health professionals to speak to about real mental health problems. Being a cop is a tough job. You see some shit, and they've already got preachers and chaplains that they can talk to that don't cost the taxpayers any extra money.
That's right.
Hire real health professionals, guys.
Yeah. Those credentials are good for something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, evidently not employment in this guy's department. Yeah. So I think you had our first main story there?
I do, yeah. So this was November 21st. A Republican official in Ohio posted an image on Facebook claiming that the fatal wildfires throughout California are, quote, God's punishment for liberal policies.
Oh, boy.
He posted a picture. It was, said it was a picture of the wildfires, and it was like, brought to you by the liberals in California.
Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can I say fuck on this show?
Yes, you can say fuck on the show.
Can.
Okay,
Definitely
go fuck
to that
yourself.
story. Yeah. I was gonna say there was a part of me that was sort of like, has someone who is snarky and or a troll replied with a because presumably in this giant wildfire, several churches have been claimed.
We have
I would assume so. Yeah.
I'm not in a position to just boop, dropping this in this discussion, but to whatever he posted it on Facebook or something.
Yeah, he actually ended up deleting it. He got called out on it, and he did say, well,
No
it was inartful. And he said, look, it's a meme. And that's how I feel about liberals. But I did mean that God is going to punish everyone who lives in California. No, it's a figure of speech.
Ah, there you go.
And I probably shouldn't have done it. But I did, and it doesn't change how I feel about what's happening in California.
There's the religious angle.
And he also basically said, "I'm sorry you were offended by what I said."
No,
Yeah, what a piece of shit.
Great,
fuck
not,
yourself.
not apology. Yeah.
No, yeah.
Okay, so what we're taking away from this, first I've got to tell you from someone who grew up in California, there are incredibly religious areas in California.
Yeah.
So the fact that somebody would even write that off means this person doesn't know geography very good. But the second thing is, the second thing is, ladies and gentlemen, you heard it from Jamie. If you come across this article online, Jamie says that you need to post a picture of a burning church in response.
That is absolutely not what I said.
No. Rewind the tape. Take it to the tape.
Okay.
I didn't. I said that I couldn't do it,
I think
and
it
I
would
was
be
wondering
fine.
whether someone else had.
I think it would be absolutely fine.
It would be inartful. Yeah, but certainly more compassionate than this fucker.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we've heard basically that's no different than the shit that we hear every other day about, like, whenever there's a hurricane. Oh, it's God's punishment for having a gay pride rally the month before. Like, well, he's got shitty timing, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And terrible aim, usually.
Yeah.
Where's that chick that prays the hurricanes through?
Oh,
right?
yeah.
You know, I command you, hurricane. You know, to like
You
go to
will
California,
cease.
right?
Yeah.
We need that
Stop
chick.
the fire.
Where's our hero?
Yeah.
She is
She
a
was
prophet.
using milligauses or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
well,
Our
she was,
evangelical shield. Come on, folks.
We need to call Alex Jones to get like his hurricane weather gun. And okay, never mind, I'm done.
No, you have to pray that it. No,
I like it.
He's prayed for a what is it? A clove of protection or something, or a hood of protection around Trump before the inauguration.
A hood of protection.
No, it's something. It's not. It wasn't that. It was a
it pointy?
hedge. It might have been a hedge of protection.
No, it was a caravan of protection.
Oh boy. Woo. Yeah. Hi, Alex. I really hope you watch.
Man.
All right. So we'll take it to our second story, which I have for us, which is Ohio again, but much more ominous and much more abortion.
Awesome.
So Ohio considers total ban on abortion and,
Yes.
drum roll please, death penalty for women or doctors found guilty. This is not a hoax. It doesn't say that. I'm saying that.
Right.
Because it sounds very much like, hyperbole.
this is not a drill.
It is the text of House Bill 565 would extend the definition of a person in Ohio's criminal code to include the, quote, unborn human, end quote. The article notes, because it's foreign press, that the Ohio legislature is controlled by the local Republican Party. It is, which is sort of horrifying. The bill would not only criminalize abortion, but also defines the process as, quote, causing the death of an unborn human by any method, including but not limited to chemical methods, medical methods, and surgical methods, end quote. Which brings me to my first question about this article. Why do they think that surgical methods are not included in medical methods? Do they have any understanding of what medicine is?
No, they don't.
Or what
Also,
chemical methods?
how would you go about determining that? That would be some pretty big government shit, wouldn't it?
Yeah, there's no indication in the bill about how you would determine the difference between a miscarriage and
Right.
That's
an
exactly where I was
I
going to
guess
go.
they would
Yeah.
have to arrest you at that point.
Yeah,
and
prove-
just to
subject
be on
you-
the safe
Yeah.
side.
Yeah, just to be
yeah.
on the safe side.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah. It's,
Well, you know, sometimes you have to make sacrifices for small government. You know, you just want to keep small government, right, guys? Right?
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
Small government?
small,
Right?
It's too much in our business. The taxes are too high. That we need it to be murdering abortions. We're going to murder
Need
all the
some-
abortions.
It's too much in our business. It needs to be in her business.
Yeah.
So
right.
to be
Yeah.
clear, it hasn't passed the House yet.
Good,
right?
good.
It was proposed in March. It's awaiting consideration in the Health Committee.
The fact
But
that
it's
even
only
there.
it's only the latest in a series of bills passed to limit or eliminate abortion in Ohio. The so-called quote heartbeat bill would
off.
criminalize performing abortions at the point a fetal heartbeat is detected. It was passed. That bill, the heartbeat bill, was passed on November 15th of this year. Yeah, it's helpful to point out that at the point at which we can now, with modern technology, detect a fetal heartbeat, most people don't know they're pregnant at that point.
Yeah.
So you have to go and get a preemptive abortion just every other week. Just get an
Yeah, but
abortion.
the heart is so caught up in our culture with feelsies.
Oh my
You know?
Yeah.
Look, you know what?
It's
Thing is, how do you deal with conservatives then who don't have a heart?
Well,
They never have a heart.
Are you suggesting that it would be legal to abort?
don't follow
No,
that
I
path.
would
Don't
never
follow
go
that
there.
path, man.
No.
You know,
surely
sometimes,
you're not falling into
just turn to the
hyperbole,
side?
are you?
sometimes you got to treat yourself. You know, you get your hair done, you get your nails done. You know, you get an abortion.
Yeah.
you know.
I mean, that's-
I got an abortion last week.
I-
It was fantastic.
Yeah, I understand why they think this is a problem.
Just
We are
regularly.
just willy-nilly getting abortions. I had
Just clears
I
you
had
right out.
2 abortions earlier this week. It was so
really?
much fun.
You know
Yeah.
what? You spoil yourself. It's
I
nice.
know.
I really
It's
wish
nice.
we had Megan on the show right now.
Yes.
Yeah.
4 dudes talking about abortion.
Completely
Hey,
unrelated to this topic.
Yeah.
Did you know that the ACA is celebrating Thanksgiving tomorrow?
Well, that came out of left field.
Really? Tell me more in just a second after I finish this part.
How are we going to be celebrating things?
We're getting,
Yes,
we're getting
do
to
go
the
on.
end, which is important because though that bill passed, I believe just the House on the 15th of November,
Right.
it's, I think, about to be passed by the Ohio Senate. I haven't looked at I'll be honest, I did not look at the docket of the Ohio Senate for this bill. However, the governor of Ohio has threatened to veto the bill.
Good.
Yeah,
Just
call him.
threaten?
Call your legislatures, express your opinion on this. If you live in Ohio, and you have a phone, and you have 2 minutes of time, call them from the toilet. It's what's deserved.
Yeah, if things like this get passed, it's like
yeah.
every woman and every doctor in Ohio should just leave.
Yeah, that's fucking crazy.
But think of the corn. So if the governor vetoes, it would take a 3/5 majority in the House and Senate to
Right.
override the governor's veto. At which point, that makes it really hard. So call your governor,
Yeah.
call your local
Yes,
legislature, set something, on fire metaphorically. Do not literally set any fires. Arson is a crime. And on that note, hey, Eric, do you have an announcement about the ACA for tomorrow?
Completely unrelated? Yeah, absolutely. We're going to be celebrating Thanksgiving. We're going to have a
With
Friendsgiving
abortions.
here at the ACA.
Yay.
And it's going to be amazing. There's no Uncle Todd to argue with you about the caravan. There's no, it's going to be nice. We went and got some amazing food, and we can't wait for people to come down. We're going to eat together. We're going to have a good time, and I absolutely love it. And, it actually reminds me, you guys were talking about phone numbers. Did you know that a few years ago, there was a crisis? There were a bunch of turkeys that were sent out that had E. coli. And so there was a hotline.
Right.
I don't remember that.
And the E. coli hotline accidentally sent out a phone number, which is not the governor's office, by the way. It's 785-273-0325. Do not call that number, though, because that's the Westboro Baptist Church. You really don't want to call 785-273-0325. Do not
Yes.
call the Westboro Baptist Church and ask them about your turkey, because they will not have turkey information.
Yeah.
It's a hate group. So do not call 785-273-0325.
You don't want to deal with them. At one point I met them in person.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did you?
Yeah, I was on the steps of the Supreme
And they
Court.
were charming and wonderful people, right?
They had smiles on their faces.
Well, that's all you need.
Yeah.
Yep.
So they got a lot of really, really annoying calls about the turkey E. coli.
Yeah?
And,
Oh, that's a
there are some
shame.
people
Cool.
that have kept that up. Right?
Really?
Regularly troll them. I think usually on Thanksgiving.
They
or
called
on or around.
785-273-0325. That's really not nice when they call 785-273-0325 Westboro Baptist Church.
At this point, I'm surprised you don't have a jingle for it. In any case,
Not going to come up with on the spur of the moment. No.
In any case, I think that Kevin had the next story, but Dennis, I know that you had this one as well.
I have one. Oh, I have it as.
All right.
Okay.
So, Dennis, why don't you take
May
this
I?
one? Yes.
Yeah, you may.
All right. I love the headline. A Christian missionary killed by isolated tribe when he tried to convert them.
It's like people get really serious about their religion or something.
Well, kind of. They're getting serious about not being invaded by Christian evangelicals. A Christian missionary from Alabama was killed by an isolated and endangered tribe after he illegally traveled to their remote island in an attempt to convert the locals.
What island was this?
I imagine it will say further on in the article here, but I think I've heard of it. It's like one where any incursion is regularly met by arrows.
Yeah. Is it a north something? Because I actually read an article about that the other day, that was one of the only places that still has a tribe that has not been
contacted.
Yeah.
Not been.
I like that stories about that island. It's actually a different one. That was my first question when I
Oh,
saw it.
okay, cool.
Really?
It's not the Orange People Island.
No,
from whence our president came.
John Allen Chow, who unlawfully showed up to preach the good word to people on the secluded North Sentinel Island in India, was shot by residents with arrows.
So it's still not the one I was thinking of.
Well, I don't know what you're thinking of.
I don't know.
No,
what you're
it's still not the one that's almost
Sorry,
entirely surrounded by reefs and is therefore not traversable by boat, which is why that small island was isolated.
His body was then left on the beach, presumably as a warning to outsiders. Chow first traveled to India and then took a detour to the prohibited island for religious proselytization, according to CNN. The 27-year-old American, identified as John Allen Chow, came to India on a tourist visa, but came to the Andaman and Nicobar Islands in October with the express purpose of proselytizing.
I'm glad you pronounced those, because I wasn't sure I was going to get them right.
Dipendra Pathak, Director General of Police of the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, told CNN, "We refuse to call him a tourist. Yes, he came on a tourist visa, but he came with a specific purpose to preach on a prohibited island." Chow did not inform the police of his intentions to travel to the island to attempt to convert its inhabitants. The island, North Sentinel Island, is inhabited by the Sentinelese people who are protected under Indian law. Just more than a dozen people are officially thought to live on the remote island in the Andaman and Nicobar archipelago. As counterintuitive as it may be, Chow is not the real victim in this. He illegally traveled to a prohibited island with endangered tribespeople, risking the locals' lives in the process. They were within their rights. In fact, it's well known that the Sentinelese people have always been hostile towards outsiders. In 2006, 2 Indian fishermen were also killed while illegally traveling to the island. In the more recent case involving Chow, fishermen helped him gain access, according to the BBC's report.
Wait, who's fishermen?
Yes, 7 fishermen have been arrested for illegally ferrying the American to the island.
Yeah, he met up with a buddy that put him in contact with the fisherman that illegally ferried him out there, and then he took a canoe the rest of the way. Yeah.
Wow.
Tom Cruise stars in Mission Impossible 12.
Mission Impossible 12.
Yeah, that was...
I was going to say...
that was cool.
The fact that local fishermen will not travel to the island, that they take you part of the way and then you take a canoe the rest of the way, should be an indicator of whether or not you should go to the island.
Where your message will be openly received.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah. I'm having a hard
With an
time.
open volley of
I'm having a real
arrows.
hard time feeling sorry for this guy.
You know, actually, I heard
Not
there's
announced.
some Ohio politicians that we might want to send over. Just let them know that some people need Jesus.
Yeah.
There you go. To be
go.
clear,
Just 2 birds, 1 stone.
Well, it could become a popular attraction for people who want to commit, suicide by Sentinelese.
Okay, now they're not going to do it. Now they're not.
I know.
They need Jesus. They need Jesus.
That's what it is.
But if you want to call your politician, do not call 785-273-0325. That's the Westboro Baptist Church. It's not gonna. They're not gonna help you with that.
Work.
No.
And they're not gonna help you with your turkey.
Right.
Okay. Go ahead.
So, to be clear,
Yeah.
it's never a good idea to kill someone just because they're saying words. Don't do it, right? I don't think the Sentinelese people watch our show, but they shouldn't have killed the guy just because he was a Christian missionary. If someone doesn't want you to come onto their land and tell them about Jesus, you shouldn't go there. But also, murder is not the correct response to the family and loved ones of the guy that died. That's really heartfelt. I don't remember his name.
It's their sovereign island.
Don't invade a sovereign island.
I
particularly if you're
imagine
gonna
he
then
got a
tell me
lot of
about
shots when he went and traveled overseas to,
Yeah.
from
combat
arrows?
the... No,
Shit.
Can I
he got shot. Damn it.
get
It was an
wrecked, bro?
offhand comment. Don't fucking draw attention to it. All right. Sorry. You imagine he had lots of shots.
They probably don't have a lot of immunities to whatever diseases he might have carried to them.
That's
Right.
almost certainly true. Yeah.
Right.
Like, he shouldn't have been there. Like every
Well,
part
he's
of
a
the
dick.
story is bad.
I honestly, I'm trying to muster some sympathy, and I don't know if I've got it.
I do, because he believed something that there's no good reason to believe, and it motivated him to do something remarkably stupid and dangerous for himself and others.
He was more likely to kill them with his Western diseases than save their souls.
I'm
Fuck
right
him.
there with you. Don't inadvertently commit biological terrorism. Or don't vertently commit biological terror. Don't do... The ACA is opposed to biological terrorism, intentionally or otherwise.
I'm glad.
There's a brave stance.
Fun fact, if this is the island that I'm thinking of, there was one group who has recorded going there and was not attacked by this tribe.
Oh, yeah?
Canadians. A group
Well,
of
They
Canadians.
must have been incredibly polite. is
Yeah,
all I can
Right?
say.
The second time they went, it didn't work out so well. But the first time.
first time.
First time.
I think we're thinking of different islands, because there's an island that is like entirely uncontacted. Helicopters cannot land there because they get shot at when they're in view. And no one has ever gone there and returned alive.
Yeah.
Like, okay, if you're watching now, tell Eric's watching the live chat. What is the name of the island I'm thinking of?
And if I'm right,
And
please
if-
let us know as well. And if you have something to say about it, please go to facebook.com/group/ACA Productions and join the conversation.
Yeah, after the show, during the show, we have a live chat on
the
YouTube.
plug, right?
That's right. We have a chat room.
Yeah. Live chat on YouTube non-pro. It's the thing that you're watching right now.
Thank you, Jamie.
Yeah, you're welcome. I am super helpful, and I believe that you have a story for us.
Yep. Yeah, I do.
do.
All right.
Oh, okay. I know.
Great.
Wait.
I got to be Dick twice in a row.
Well, I
Yay.
mean, he did that one. Is this the story about the pastor's son that was supposed to die,
Supposed to die?
or should have died? Whatever.
Yeah. Yes to what Eric said.
Just read the story. Just read the story. Let that one go.
I'm very confused.
Let the dead child go, Eric. It's fine.
alive. It's alive.
Let the alive child that could have been dead go.
All right. Before I start this, I just want to go out and say I'm glad this baby is alive and healthy and happy. Mm-hmm. Very glad that he's okay and that his family is okay. But nonetheless,
You're a very brave man to share that position, Kevin.
Okay.
bold stance.
Despite my humor, I am also glad that no one in this story died.
Yeah. Just
I have no idea what you're talking about.
just want to get it out.
I don't.
What do you got?
There's no
Either way,
context for
the
this.
way that I got this from the Christian Broadcast Network.
Yeah.
I really didn't like the way that they did this story. Kind of pissed me off.
The Christian Broadcast Network. No.
So
yeah.
what is the story?
Yeah, what do you got?
Headline: I know the power of God. This pastor's son died. Now he's a miracle baby, thanks to global prayers.
I have an image of people just shaking a dead baby going, it's a miracle. I'm guessing that's not what happened.
Don't shake your babies.
Yeah, don't shake your
do
babies.
it. Public announcement.
Shake hands.
Service.
Real brave
announcement.
stance there, Kevin.
Brave stance. Don't shake
A
baby.
lot. Yeah.
Never ever shake a baby.
What do you got? Go ahead.
Hashtag real brave.
God damn.
Heaven will
Miracle.
make it through this
Hashtag
story.
skeptic. Okay. Okay.
So-
plow through or else we're never going to let you do it.
A Texas couple, they They were in the hospital, and there were some complications during the birth. Quote, he was delivered without a heartbeat, without pulse, and he was not breathing, said Father Jacob Sheriff, that's his last name, told CBN, quote, he lost oxygen and his body and all his organs shut down sometime during the delivery, and they resuscitated him in the delivery room. For all intents and purposes, he died during the delivery process. It appeared that little Urias, which means, quote, light of God, wouldn't make it, but instead of giving up, his mother, Hannah, prayed. Well, that's sweet. The doctors and nurses of the Durant, Oklahoma hospital delivery room decided they couldn't give up on Urias either. They reportedly tried to resuscitate the baby boy, and his life signs returned after about 20 minutes.
When was there a question that the medical staff that have taken a Hippocratic oath were going to give up on the... Sorry.
I'm sorry, I can't follow it. Like, light of God is what they named their kid?
Well, they made...
Like you have to wonder what this kid grows up to be. It's like naming your daughter Chastity.
Well, no, it's worse.
Charity.
It's worse. They named him Urias,
Right.
which is going to be, as soon as they learn about the planets, he's going to be little Uranus for the rest of his life.
Oh,
Yeah.
That is the
right.
real tragedy
Yeah.
here. Not a dead baby. It's
Yeah.
a baby
Last-
named Uranus.
Yeah, his classmates aren't going to care about his
No.
uplifting.
If Urias lived,
Sorry.
you know what's going to happen? You're going to see him with a big old septum piercing and just tattoos and on this show. Just give it 20 years.
I want to know what the rate of babies being born in that sort of situation is.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine that
couldn't
it's
say.
completely unheard of.
No.
No.
Old Scratch in the live chat,
yeah.
by the way, says babies taste better shaken, not stirred.
Oh,
Not stirred.
Public service announcement, never ever shake a baby. If it's a baby that wasn't breathing or lost oxygen
stir them
during
either.
birth, it's remarkably common. So that type of birth was described in the book A Tree Grows in Brooklyn like 4 times.
Go ahead, Kevin. What do you...
Except they
Okay.
died because
So-
there wasn't a doctor present like there were at this time, despite the
Right.
prayers and the...
so
Yeah. So
they brought him back.
yes, little Urias was in a bad way. So this is, I think, a quote from the father. Right then, we started praying the word of God because it's the word of God that changes things, not the doctors
Yep.
working their asses off. Quote, he said, for me personally, that was Psalm 27. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the stronghold of my life. Whom shall I be afraid?
The fuck does that have to do with anything?
I don't know how that
it's
verse in specifically gives you strength while your son
I
is
have.
being resuscitated. I don't.
Well, it's he was afraid, and he's learned to say these things when he's afraid to make himself less
Yeah.
afraid. And I'm glad that he was able to make himself less afraid when it was. I'm not glad that he believes a bunch of things that are not false and that this exists. So
I'm glad some actual rational people were there to help.
Yeah.
to save a baby,
Yes, to
life.
save the baby.
Like the
That's good.
doctors who went through years and years of medical training
Absolutely.
and medical school and actually knew what the fuck they were doing.
Oh, but the pastor went through 7 years of prayer school.
Pro
so-
tip, by the way, Dune, the Litany Against Fear. Way better.
All right.
Way better. Okay, go ahead.
Anyways, so yeah, he was resuscitated after
Good.
20 minutes.
Wow.
And he was then taken to a newborn critical care unit in somewhere else in Texas. The next day, Jacob, the father, decided he and his wife would not let fear win. They knew God was in power, and they were going to see the miraculous by teaching people how to pray for their son.
Is there a special way to wait?
Oh yeah,
I guess so.
I mean, is there a patron saint of babies?
no, I think they ended up like kind of going viral, and
Yeah.
their church and a bunch of other churches, while he was in the critical care unit, being looked after by experts who know what they're doing. A bunch of people were doing a bunch of nothing
Yeah.
in their own
Yeah.
heads.
But they're the ones who saved the baby, not
Oh, yeah.
the actual fucking professionals who deserve, you know, who
Right.
went to school for this, who dedicated their lives to this. Not those people.
No.
No. No. And by the way, Jamie, Catholics have patron saints, and you do not trust them to name shit. Did you know Saint Jude?
Jude is the patron saint of lost causes?
Yeah. You did know that.
Yeah, I did know that.
The fuck,
because
bro?
they named it after children with cancer. It's
right.
like, what should we name this? Saint Jude. All right, fuck you, John.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
I didn't know that.
Oh my God.
You know, there's some probably
it's
some
pretty bad.
particular like devout cancer kids who get there and they're like, oh, fuck me. Like, that's it.
Oh, this is hospice.
That's uplifting.
Yeah. Okay, sorry.
Okay, so yeah, the sheriff said the sheriff said that's their last name.
Mr. Sheriff.
Oh, okay, good. Wait, how'd the sheriff get involved in this?
Quote, prayer became the best medicine as Urias continued to beat the odds. Quote, medicine played its part, but it couldn't heal him.
Oh my godless existence.
Fuck
Really?
off.
So what you're saying is you wouldn't use medicine again because you have the best medicine.
Right.
It's free. And it's prayer. I mean, to be quite honest, if you believe, oh no, this is a really dangerous place I'm going. Never mind.
Yeah. Don't go there.
Yeah, no, it's gonna never. Yeah, all right.
I'm just so fucking
For once in my life, I'm gonna not say it.
Yeah. It really irks me when, especially among Christians here in the developed world, when we have
Medicine.
Yeah.
amazing medicine and access, albeit expensive access to it. You get shit like this where doctors, they work their asses off and they get no credit. There wasn't a single quote in here from the parents thanking the doctors. There wasn't a single quote in here from the person who wrote the article talking about what an amazing job the doctors did. It was just about the fucking prayer.
The objective is to remain ignorant.
The prayer didn't do a damn thing.
Yep.
By the way, I just looked this up. That's 4 hours away from where we're sitting right now. It's not just, it's in the state we're in.
We're in Texas.
It only takes 4 hours to go back, 500 years?
Yeah.
Well,
Wow.
No, actually, back 500 years and the baby would be dead.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
sorry,
and,
that was even more callous than anything else I said.
Let's also take into account
I'm
the
really glad
fact
the baby's
that-
alive.
Yeah, the fact that they happen to live in an area and they happen to have the financial means to go to a hospital that had a fantastic critical care unit
Right.
on staff to resuscitate the baby immediately.
Well,
if they lived out in the boondocks, or if they a poor family in the inner city or anywhere else.
Or where they were faith healers.
Yeah,
I have to assume that they believe that there's been an increase in the effectiveness of prayer at the same rate there's been an increase in the effectiveness of science and medicine to account for our increased lifespan.
Yeah.
No, it's because we're
I have
getting-
to assume, we just pray better today.
No, it's because we're getting closer to God, because they are close to God, because they don't care about information. They would never look up anything. They just...
No, they were lucky. They were in a great hospital. They had great doctors and nurses that did amazing work. And their
they
prayers
saved the
did
baby.
fuck all.
Well,
Their prayers may have helped calm them down.
yeah.
And I'll
Yeah, that's good.
give them that. But give credit to the people who deserve it.
Yeah, please.
I mean, this kind of thing really pisses me off.
Well, all the props to the professionals. But if this is little baby Urias's intro to the world, you know that kid's going to die of rickets in a couple of years because they're not going to vaccinate him.
Oh, jeez.
Come on.
Come on. They might. They're not. They're not.
Baby
faith
Urias, we're
healers.
rooting for you, but you got a lot going against you, man.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you see this in years, you should give us a call. Let us know.
I'm glad you're doing all right,
Get on
Uriah.
the Facebook group if Facebook still exists.
And if you do have rickets, that's okay. Just come on down to Austin. It's good. It's good.
Did you just say hobble on down to Austin?
Yes, I did.
And the award.
Move forward. Keep going.
And the award for darkest joke in episode 21 of the season.
Hey, come on.
You know what?
Mr. Send,
will
Jamie,
have a
president of
poll.
the
We
ACA,
will-
who said send
No,
pictures
we
of
will have-
burning churches.
I did
Is that
not
what you
say
said?
that. No,
or
I
the guy
said
who
I'm
got shot
surprised that
getting
it hasn't-
shots.
I
All
have
right,
a positive
vote.
news story.
We will have a. All right,
Please,
before we go,
please, move on to Dennis.
we will have a vote for darkest joke in the ACA Productions discussion group on Facebook.
All right.
Oh, this is not going to devolve terribly.
No,
Sorry,
I'm
just
putting the
joke.
devolution into Facebook.
All right.
All right,
Dennis.
get us back on course.
I have a
Dennis.
positive story.
Excellent.
Thank you.
47 openly non-theist or humanists elected officials at the federal and state levels. Our last election, today's election, this is from November 8th, will make 2019 the year of the freethinker. Once sworn into office, there will be 47 openly non-theist or humanist elected officials at the federal and state levels. Prior to the 2016 elections, we knew of 5 elected officials serving in state legislatures who identified with our community, and after the 2016 elections, that list grew to 17. The 2016 elections, right, grew to 17. So, the Free Thought Equality Fund Political Action Committee, PAC, is proud of the remarkable increase in openly humanist, atheist, agnostic, and non-religious candidates who ran for office this year. The Free Thought Equality Fund PAC is affiliated with the Center for Free Thought Equality, which is the political and advocacy arm of the American Humanist Association.
Well, awesome.
Very nice.
I'll be honest. I did not know that the Free Thought Equality Fund, and you scrolled away from it, PAC existed.
Yes.
Free Thought Equality Fund Political Action Committee. Free Thought Equality Fund PAC.
Okay.
You know what, man?
EFPAC.
That is a much needed ray of light. That in a time when there are so many things that are working
shadows
to
of darkness,
tear down this wall of separation of religion and government, we are standing up and being counted.
Yep.
I like
Yes.
that. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. There are people I know that are Christian that when I talk to them about politics say, well, this is happening and Democrats are going to do this. And, the evangelicals are just going to run away with it because being Christian doesn't mean you're in favor of political Christianity. Being Christian doesn't mean you're a theocrat. And you should stand up and say that as well because otherwise we're all going to be destroyed. Doom will happen. Doom everywhere. Sorry, you said this was a positive story.
Yes.
You
yes.
47.
Dial it back.
Yeah,
Yep.
47 now. It's getting
I never dial it
there.
back. I just dial it more forward until it comes all the way around.
I'd have to know the sum total to know if that's more than is in the general population
I don't think.
of all.
No, it's
It's not there yet.
So
but
federal
they-
and state.
baby steps.
Okay, so they said that this year is the year of the freethinker or next year? Because I heard that this year was supposed to be the year of the woman.
Well,
This is another one.
okay, woman freethinker. Fight.
All right. I'll take it.
Well, it's also the year of the. Presumably, someone said it's the year of the Muslim because there's now elected Muslim officials.
Yes, and elected Native Americans. Yes, and gay, and
Okay.
I think there's a transgender. So yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
inroads.
Well, in that case, I think that Kevin is going to take us to a very special segment, if he is ready.
I think so. Shit. Internet apologists say.
I'm so jealous.
And this episode, the shit is going to take an interesting turn because we're going to talk about astrology. Hey, did you guys know that astrology is super great and accurate and real and people are mean for not believing it?
Oh yeah, sure.
Yeah. For example,
That's how I buy all my stocks.
That's
God. Yeah. Oh, depending on which
stocks?
astrological season it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that is covered in this article, which is titled, Why Straight Men Hate Astrology So Much. Which, there's so much to unpack there. Again, now I wish Megan was here because
Right?
I told Megan about this story. I've already named her, Megan about this story, and she was like, oh, wow, can it be titled Why Rational Women Reject Astrology?
Right.
But the subtitle is, It Stops Being an Interest and becomes a personality trait. Quote, I'm an astrology girl. End quote. It's written by a proponent of astrology and begins, Joe is a straight man in his 20s. Like many men, he passionately rejects astrology. Quote, it strips people of their uniqueness and reduces them to pigeonholed blocks of characteristics.
Whoa, wait a second. What?
So, I kind of agree with that.
No. She's quoting this naysayer who hates astrology.
Okay, yeah.
Because
he's kind of right.
Why is it that all these men hate astrology so much? One, no, that's really fucking sexist.
So that's
there are lots of women
the non-astrology person giving kind of a
so it's a quote
review.
from him.
Okay.
Yeah. So
An astrologist.
He's got a good point.
Yeah, so the quote from him goes on to say, I don't like being a real logic lord about it on some I'm the ultimate skeptic, facts don't matter about your feelings, compadre vibe. However, I do find it really fucking irritating, and the memes are really annoying, and I hate the self-aggrandizement of, star season whatever, bitches, end quote, right? And this is the author again. By that he means on social media announcing the calendar entry into a new zodiac sign. For example, from now until the 22nd of November, which is tomorrow, if you're watching this live, for instance, it's Scorpio season, bitches, and that's her words.
I think my brother's a Scorpio.
Yeah.
Fancy.
This is, I think, somehow both my favorite and possibly my least favorite part of this entire article. Aren't you a Taurus? I ask, knowing full well that he is. He replies, are you going to tell me this is a very Taurus way of behaving? The author tells him that Taurians are often pegged as the sign least likely to believe in astrology.
Taurians?
Yep.
Fuck off.
Just out of curiosity, do any of you know what a person who believes in astrology would say your star sign is? That's the correct and perfectly acceptable answer.
I almost married somebody who was into that.
Keyword almost.
No idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? It's just because you're a naysayer, Jamie. Okay? You're against this. Well, and you know what? You, sir, are a classic Scorpio, and I'm just tired of it.
Were you abused by an astrologer?
Yeah.
Jamie, what's your star sign?
You've called me a Scorpio, so I'll go with that one because it's a scorpion, unless I'm mistaken.
Okay.
And I'm going to sting
I'm a Capricorn,
you in the face.
And Capricorns are skeptical.
Well, I'm a unicorn, so I'm going to stab you with my head. How about
if you're
that?
telling the truth or not.
So the article continues. This is why it caught me so much. Over the past 2 to 3 years, astrology has shifted from being a niche interest to being a major point of enthusiasm for many women and queer people. I don't usually let, queer people are cool and all the same statements get to me, but somehow being told that this was a big thing for queer people, and later there's a quote in this article from someone saying, yeah, there's not that many men that like it. It's a thing for women and gays. It really got under my skin.
A little condescending.
It sounds
just a trifle.
Fucking believably condescending.
Jamie, Eric Mishima in the live chat is asking, did you have a bad astrology experience?
Oh, God.
Is that what happened?
Did you have a bad reading?
Is that?
Yeah.
Are you
when I was
mad?
young, I saw a Death Star, and that, I don't know. I can't think of a joke. I'm annoyed at this article that I brought on myself now. So the reason that I brought this up, that's not just some random person's op-ed and is somehow relevant, in the UK, Google searches for quote-unquote birth chart doubled between November of 2013 and November of 2018. Since September of 2017, there's been a steady increase in people searching astrological compatibility. All that interest has given publishing a boost. Sales of mind, body, and spirit books are booming. In 2017, sales rose by 13% in just a year. So it's not just, Jamie is annoyed by a random thing. Jamie finds a thing annoying that is also really dangerous, false, and on the rise.
Yeah.
So
there's always a snake oil salesman.
The dumbing down.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a Capricorn thing to say.
Isn't it?
Yeah. In 2016, mental health was prime meme fodder. Now, astrology memes are all over our timelines. I don't really know how to feel about that.
Not mine yet, apparently.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know how to feel about that because I'm not sure how helpful mental health memes are. They're certainly better than not having mental health memes, but I know that having them replaced by astrology memes makes me feel sad for the future of the world.
Yeah, one is less helpful than the other.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel thoroughly uncomfortable through this part of the.
Yeah. I mean, to be clear, though, in 2005, Gallup UK poll, in this poll, just over twice as. I know that it's 2018 and this is 13 years ago.
Because you're a leotard.
That's a piece of clothing.
That sounds great. I love it.
Wait, it's Leo, right?
I'm not a Leo.
A leotard.
I'm sorry,
but
but Leo starts at the end of July and into August.
Oh my God! You really did
I'm a
almost
Cancer.
marry someone.
No, really. Yeah.
You are not a Cancer. You
I
are a productive member of society that contributes positively. And I refuse to hear you.
I will actually stand behind that one. Then.
Okay, yeah, that was good.
That was fucking beautiful. That is quote of the night.
Thank
I
you.
love that.
We will have
Eric,
a vote
you're not
for
a Cancer in
quote of the
society.
night. It'll be great. But in a 2005 Gallup UK poll, just over twice as many women in the UK believed in astrology compared to men, 30% to 40% of a data pool of 1,010 people. A 2017 study by Pew Research
sad.
Center, yep. People believe bullshit. Newsflash. A 2017 study by Pew Research Center found that 20% of adult men in the U.S. believed in astrology, compared to 37% of women. If you are...
Not helping.
Yeah, yeah.
She
Definitely
interviewed...
wishing Megan was here.
Yep.
I need an adult. I'm uncomfortable. Please keep going.
You want to talk about abortion some more, guys?
We can talk about it.
Gentlemen?
Yeah, that's better for us to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Men, shall we solve this?
Abort!
Yeah. So the thing that really annoyed me about this article was that she interviewed at one point. She interviewed like some guys, and it's like, oh, if you've got a straight man with a lot of female friends, you probably tolerate it. And then some guy saying like, oh, I just join in with the memes because it's what people are talking about. But she also interviewed someone who's like 36 years old, named Bob from Kent, but who sounds like he's 50 because he starts talking about like, well, when I read the papers, horoscopes are near the ladies section and shit, and it uses that as a basis for a lot of her conclusions. Sorry, we've derailed ourselves in a like.
Jamie, you actually formally printed out derailing yourself. That's.
I print
that
things
is
out now.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not even mad, bro.
Yeah. There's
Actually.
well.
Yeah. Next segment. Go.
Yeah,
Next
I
segment.
think it really
there's
is mostly memes like, oh, depending on the month you were born and the day you were born, here's what fictional character you would be marooned on a desert island with forever.
Yeah, so what I will say...
And you get those, or I guess a lot of people get those in their Facebook feed all the time.
I mean,
I think that's probably what's driving a lot of it.
I mean, really.
Maybe. I don't know.
Really, let's at least separate ourselves by our Harry Potter houses.
Oh my God!
No, I got Hufflepuff, but I am obviously a Ravenclaw, and it upsets me.
Well, there are official polls, but also that is a more accurate representation of who you are because horoscopes in general, if they're done correctly, I've met a lot of woo practitioners that believe they're doing these things well and effectively, but no, if you're doing it correctly, you write Barnum statements, as in P.T. Barnum, which is a Googleable term, which you should Google to learn more about this, depending on how snarky you're going to be the next time someone asks you what your star sign is. But what's interesting is that listening to some of the podcasts that I listen to that look into psychology, women are overrepresented in the population of people that are enthusiastic about astrology, and men are overrepresented in the population of people that believe wacky conspiracy theories. And so there's thoughts about how these two beliefs, which are not based on a hard understanding of reality, have weird appeals to things. But in any case,
kind of see how that works. I mean, for men, it's all about mansplaining.
Yeah.
And
is that
you know,
if
Megan, if you think
Megan
everything
were
is a
here-
conspiracy, you get to describe that conspiracy to everyone.
Yeah, I was gonna say-
explain how it's all
I was
crazy.
gonna say, if Megan was here,
Oh, wow,
she could
yeah,
turn and
actually, I see
say,
that.
"Tell me more."
Yes.
But
Just as an aside, I'm going to derail us for just 1 second.
you don't have to ask permission.
The very first time I met Tracy Harris, we were at dinner together, and she was trying to explain to someone what mansplaining was, and they didn't get it. And so she kept trying over and over. And so I stepped in and I said, no, hold on, Tracy. So what she's trying to say, and she laughed her ass off, and I've loved Tracy ever since then. It was beautiful.
That's amazing.
Classic.
And the other person still didn't understand. No. Oh my God. It's interesting. Tell me about how indelicately I handled what ended up being a much more touchy article in the live chat or the discussion group, which is called once more, Eric.
You can go to facebook.com/groups/ACA Productions. Let's see if we can get that on the lower third.
Yeah. But what I will say is,
all right, guys. ACA Productions.
also,
Let's keep
if
it
you
moving.
were born in the last 3 decades and know how to use a computer, there will be a link in the description and in the official discussion group for the Non-Prophets. And I got to sass Eric by implying that he's old and doesn't understand computers. And
I just didn't want to put more work on Mark.
Yeah, okay. Well, it's his job. He gets paid. So we will move to our next segment, which is a new segment that I would like to introduce. I know that we are technically at time, but we started a little bit late, so I'm okay with it. It's a segment that I like to call Are You For Real?, which is a practical application of Poe's Law. So every episode, I will read something to the hosts and audience, and you guys get to guess, tell me your thoughts on whether or not it's real or satirical.
Is it the president every
boy.
single week, or
No, this week, because
could
I was particularly annoyed with the previous article. This week, the title of Are You For Real is All the Shit That's About to Go Down During Scorpio Season. Also, it's November 21st, so all the shit already went down. You're doomed. It's literally named after an 8-legged carnivorous arthropod who has a deadly weapon attached to its body. Take from that what you will.
Unnecessary.
Welcome to All the Shit, a monthly column in which I prepare you for the season ahead by consulting the planets or whatever. Ignore your parents. Ignore your therapist.
Is for whatever in the thing?
Yes. Yeah. I'm gonna read only the words.
Okay.
From here on out.
Ignore your parents and your therapist.
Yeah.
Ignore your parents.
Okay.
Ignore your
I'm
therapist.
leaning hard, Poe.
This is the only advice you'll need from now on. Forgive me for sounding like your housemate from uni who changed their name to River and started wearing paisley harem pants despite never leaving the city. And don't you think the cyclical nature of existence is incredible? The world spins and spins and spins. The tides move in and out. The leaves wither and crinkle on the trees so that new ones can form, and so on. Everything happens in a constant circle. Nothing remains the same, ever. The reason I'm saying this is because astrological law works in much the same way. The seasons move from earth to air, from fire to water, and our moods and relationships change with them before the cycle begins again. One moment, we're deep in our into our overdrafts because all the nights out and Tinder dates and birthday dinners. The next were alone in bed at 9 p.m., anxiously moving things in and out of our...
Excuse me?
That only got dirty because you interrupted it. Anxiously moving things in and out of our inbox. All of which is to say, the move from Libra to Scorpio season is a particularly unusual one because it's such a change of scenery. Libra season is charming and easygoing and sociable and cute. Scorpio season is none of these things. It is literally named after a scorpion, an 8-legged carnivorous arthropod who has a deadly weapon attached to its body.
Thank you. I forgot about that part.
Yeah. That's not to say Scorpio season is evil. It's far more complex than that. Here is everything you can expect from the next few weeks. You will become weirdly secretive about your business. 5 years ago, Instagram was where you posted nice pictures of your cat or your homemade risotto with a hashtag, hashtag yum hashtag to your 100 followers of friends and family. Now, Instagram is where you post a filterless, zoomed-in, crying selfie to 3,000 strangers.
You know, Becky is freaking the fuck out right now. She is just crying into her Tweety pillows and had to put down her peppermint mocha because season's here.
Yeah.
But now go ahead.
Yeah.
Well, it's almost over, actually. It ends on the November 22nd, apparently. Hashtag, this is the real face of mental health, you write in the caption. Hashtag, it's time to talk.
What?
Oversharing is normal because you thought you had escaped. No. Oversharing is normal because we're all bored and depressed and the world is going to end in 12 years. During Scorpio season, though, don't be surprised if you find yourself holding back more than usual.
Quick pause. Mm-hmm. Stan Gisa is asking if you can read this in a Hamish voice. If we get $10 in the live chat, would you read the rest in a Hamish voice?
I don't do a good Hamish.
You do.
I don't even know.
Never mind. Keep going.
Okay. Maybe next time.
I will do, if they suggest an accent that I can do, let me know.
Along with a $10, because actually,
well,
do people watching this show know that any donations in the live chat go directly to the ACA, a 501c3 nonprofit, and 100% of the donation goes to the ACA? Did you know that? Did you know that we're using that money to do amazing work, including an awesome Thanksgiving tomorrow that does not have babies?
And all these crazy shows.
Yeah. Are you saying that the ACA, an organization that lives or dies based on the donations of its fans and members, now receives 100% of all donations in super chats? Question mark?
I'll tell you what.
Way to kill the vibe, dude.
No. I got you.
God.
Oversharing is normal because... yeah. Okay.
During Scorpio season, though, don't be surprised if you find yourself holding back more than usual. Scorpios are known for their secrecy and suspense, preferring to keep their feelings and motives hidden beneath a veil of mystery. So oversharing really isn't the mood. You can save all those posts and drafts and unleash them during Sagittarius season. Fucking love that phrase.
When is Sagittarius season?
It starts in 2 days.
Okay.
Yeah. I know that now.
Fuck.
I know when. Oh my God. I might cry. I might cry on the air. Some new kinks might rise to the surface. Listen, I don't know anything about your sex life. Maybe you like being gagged. And
Maybe
pissed on by an older woman dressed as your mother. Maybe you prefer missionary on Wednesdays at 8 p.m., leaving just enough time to order Chinese before The Apprentice. Either is fine. But Scorpio season is known as the kinkiest season of them all. So if you have any undiscovered preferences buried in there, which we all do, parenthetical, don't be surprised if they rise to the surface over the next few weeks. This is because there is nothing skin deep about Scorpios. They're much more in tune with all the freakiness that lies beneath.
Is it because they have exoskeletons?
Dear diary, I sat on my thumb today. Nothing will ever be the same.
Now is the time to embrace it. I will say, as an aside, I have a couple planned. The ones that are real are obviously not written by me, and the ones that are satire, some of them have my writing and some of them don't. So there are people I know watching that know my writing and that know that this isn't all me. Still gotta figure it out. Continuing so that I can get through this, because I didn't think we would run as long as we have. You will probably get obsessed with some weird shit. We've all been there. I'll just have a quick look at the IG of that person I used to date, you think. Wait, who's that girl in their latest photo? You click on their tag. Wait, is that her group of friends? You click on the hottest one. Oh, look, they're a tattooist. You scroll through their pics. Who's that girl with the fringe? Click. And before you know it, you've mentally infiltrated an entire group of people. You know their faces, their family's cats, their family's cats' ailments. I hope my ex's new girlfriend's brother's flatmate's tabby recovers from acute laryngitis. You find yourself thinking one cold night.
And then
The
you,
vet bills must be
like,
extraordinate.
and then you accidentally like a picture from like 5 years ago, and then you realize,
Oh no, they've seen it.
yeah, you need to fake your own death at that point. Go ahead.
Yes.
This is all classic Scorpio behavior. They're fucking obsessive.
Fucking classic Scorpios.
Which is great if you want to spend the next few weeks honing in on one activity and getting really good at it, but not so great if you're not down for being completely deranged. Also, be prepared for drama. Last Scorpio season, I received not one, not two, but 3 crying selfies.
Oh, holy shit. There's going to be drama during Thanksgiving season?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Oh, yeah, wait. No, it covers Thanksgiving and the day after. Huh.
Oh, that's crazy.
Dun, dun, dun.
Bum, bum, bum. Okay. Yeah, in future, these are going to be shorter. But
Yeah, please.
Yeah. Great. And when I say crying selfies, I mean what that sounds like. People sent me photographs of themselves crying because that's a thing now. My point being, Scorpio season often comes with some degree of conflict and or unexpected drama. This is because it's the time of year in which our innermost passions and feelings are ignited. Sometimes that means shagging, sometimes that means fighting. Usually it means both. Reinvention, rebirth. The best thing about Scorpio season, in my opinion, is that it's not only the sign of sex and death, but also the sign of transformation. I love that it's the sign of sex and death. A Scorpio will cut any bitch, but that no longer serves them. God damn it. Basically, this is the season of shedding skins and starting afresh and embracing the power that lies beneath. I know that all sounds very abstract, but you'll know what I mean over the next few weeks. Truly, I wish you good luck. LOL.
Not a Poe.
Wow. Yeah, not a Poe. I'm saying.
You got a guess?
I'm going to have to go with them, yeah.
No, you're going to go with not a Poe?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After all that.
Is it
All
a-
right. Well, so we have to give the audience a chance. They'll find out in 2 weeks or possibly less.
Fuck, really? This is how the game is
Come on.
played?
Yeah, it'll probably, I'll announce in a week or something. You gotta, not everyone watches live. And plus, people are gonna wanna go to the ACA Productions Facebook group and tell me and the other guys whether or not they think it's a Poe. And with that, we have nothing else to do. So, if you will, Dennis,
What?
can you take us out?
No, not yet.
Oh.
Can't you?
He's got a question.
It's,
Oh.
we got 15 minutes here, man.
Yeah.
We have 15 minutes.
Not only that.
I had my watch in the wrong place. Dang.
Yeah.
Well, what was it you were gonna say?
Well, it's,
What was I gonna say?
yeah.
Well, I was just gonna, I thought we were done, so I was gonna say, Happy Turkey Day.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
We're gonna be celebrating
that's tomorrow.
together.
Yeah.
Do
Oh my
not call
God.
785-273-0325.
Oh my God.
That is not the Ohio legislature. That is not the turkey safety line.
Don't do it.
It's the Westboro Baptist Church.
Right.
Don't do it.
Now, I've got a question.
Really, Dennis?
Yeah.
What question
Yeah.
do you have?
Well, it seems that I've been watching a bunch of atheist videos on YouTube.
You sinner.
And a lot of them talk about things like the Christians are saying, oh, how can your life have meaning without, a purpose? Mm-hmm. And so it seems that if you don't have a outside dictated purpose, i.e. God gives you that purpose, then your life is meaningless. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But then you have to go, well, what's God's purpose? Mm. And if God doesn't have a purpose, then God is meaningless. Mm. And so I have to ask, does God have a purpose? Mm. A purpose enforced by an outside...
Who was it that wrote Life-Driven Purpose?
So, I mean, if you really want, you could go back to Kant, who would have said that God's purpose is to assign purpose. And that is not circular at all. Yeah, no, I know.
Yeah, but...
It's turtles the whole way down. It's turtles
basically.
the whole way down.
So who assigned God's purpose to assign purpose?
He did. Fuck you.
Turtles the whole way down.
Because fuck you.
Because fuck you.
Yeah, because fuck you. That's why.
Because I can't construct an argument that doesn't defeat itself in itself. Fuck off.
Yes.
Mysterious ways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
God's purpose is higher and so far beyond. My initial thought was would someone say that, God, if purpose comes externally, our purpose comes from God, and God's purpose comes from us because He loves us.
But we're not external.
You see,
we're
He
external
created
to
Him.
God.
He created us. I mean,
we are
we are all part of Him. Yeah.
I love your phrasing of it, though, because phrased that way, you know that somebody who's not very experienced and, God has to give us purpose or else it's meaningless. And it's like, and the way you said that, right? If God doesn't himself have purpose and have to be assigned purpose, is purposeless, right? That person's just going to go home and it's just going to be like shattered, right? Like that's going to, nothing has meaning.
I can't
and
get
just,
out of
and
the
just
circle.
reach nihilism for all of the wrong reasons.
I've been looking for that mythical silver bullet for decades.
Yeah, and you just hear like the sad music as they walk home.
Yes.
You never catch that dragon.
Yeah.
You never catch him.
Yeah.
Never catch the dragon. That's my astrological sign. I'm a dragon.
Well, that was my silly question. What is
it.
God's purpose?
If you know what God's purpose is,
Please contact me.
Please tweet it at Eric, because he loves that so much. At Dirty Heathen.
I'm going to get you back for that,
bet he
Jay.
does.
Yeah, you're supposed to get me back by plugging my Twitter. That's it.
No, this is how I get you back.
Speaking of plugs.
Or you can tweet it at me at reason_evidence.
Yes. Speaking of plugs, I was an idiot last time, and I totally forgot when I referenced the Vulgarity for Charity drive that they're doing with modestneeds.org. I forgot to say the deadline is midnight tonight.
Midnight tonight? Wait a second.
Midnight tonight.
If you're watching this live,
Yeah.
which is November 21st, 2018, it is midnight tonight is your deadline for the $50 donation, which you will email to them to
get a guaranteed.
get a guaranteed roast.
So actually, you don't email the $50 to them. You go to Modest Needs and you donate $50 anywhere on there, and then you take the proof of that and email the proof of the $50 to them at Vulgarity for Charity. So here's the deal: who do you love most? Because they're going to say our names if you say, "Here's $50, roast my favorite person." So. Please, if you can, it goes to a really, really good cause. It doesn't go directly to the people. It goes to help their bills. It goes straight to their bills. Go to Modest Needs. Find something that you support. If you can, give $50. Send that out to Vulgarity for Charity. They're going to say really, really terrible things about us. Who do you love?
Or
they're
Who do
going to
you
say
love? Midnight tonight. This is for live viewers.
So here's the thing. You can pick anyone. If you do, it really helps them to send a picture. But also, if you think that from time to time, Jamie Boone has annoyed you with his rants or really long things about astrology that you could care less about, but not much less. you can send in money, and there's a million pictures of me online. You can take screenshots from photos.
Yep.
Have one with my like rainbow suspenders, or pause midway while I'm making a dumb face. Donate that money, and I promise you, I will listen to that, and I will hear master roasters totally destroy my existence, and I will be happy about it, or at least say that I am.
If you prefer
Bring
the
it.
dulcet tones of Denis Loubet,
Oh.
do the same thing. Donate to Modest Needs. Send it to Vulgarity for Charity.
Yeah.
I would love to see Atheist Santa roasted.
Vulgar.
Oh,
If
yeah. I finally
you
got
like
around to it.
Kevin Stein, who looks, well,
Who looks like Kevin Stein.
You said I looked like a barista.
you do. You
Classic profile.
You look
You
look
do
like
actually kinda
you
look
look like
like
a
a barista.
barista
who's
met with-
trimmed his beard a little
well,
bit.
together with like a discount lumberjack. I can see it.
Okay, well,
I mean, I
wearing
still
plaid,
love you.
I'm wearing plaid today, but
You look like a recovering hipster. You're not all the way there, but you,
Right.
We're starting the roast now,
We're
by
starting
the way.
apparently.
Yes.
To be
I-
clear,
If you think
I
I'm a
finally-
smug son of a bitch, you can send it.
I
Eric
finally
Murphy.
donated yesterday, and I put myself down. So
Yeah.
you guys,
You don't have
if you're
to.
not really a fan of me, tune into their various shows, and you can hear me get just totally ripped to shreds.
yeah.
I'm looking.
I
forward
want to
it.
hear myself ripped to shreds.
Yes.
I would go in 50 minutes.
Yeah, tonight you got like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
Do it, you guys.
Yeah.
for a good
Well,
cause.
they've got more than, they've got about 2.5 hours.
Mm-hmm.
I guess
No, they've got 3 years.
depends on the time zone.
What time zone are they in?
We're all
Just
Central
do it
Zone
now.
here.
Do it immediately after this show. Shit. Don't leave. Yeah.
I think they're all East Coast.
Oh, yeah, they are. Yeah, you got like 2 hours.
Yeah.
And the show's going to end before that. So, they do really good stuff.
They do. They do.
Yeah.
We got to meet them.
Oh.
And
That was actually, we met them at American Atheist Convention this year, yeah.
It was in OKC.
Yeah.
yeah. You were there
Was
too,
the
Kevin.
Oh, yeah.
only thing worth it. You said that like you were reminding him.
I remember I was there. It's my
you know, there are
background
people
photo.
here that are watching us. I'm
Yeah,
trying to.
it's my
Yeah,
background
okay.
photo.
You don't have to
for
call me
Facebook.
on it.
Yeah.
It's your background photo for Facebook.
I do have to
Oh
call
yeah,
you on
it's
it.
me and the Scathing guys and Thomas. and,
Hey, Eric, speaking of profile pictures.
Wait, no,
from,
Cecil. Thomas wasn't there.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself, Jamie.
Speaking
I don't
of
want to. I don't want to talk about
profile
it. I don't want to talk about it.
pictures
Stop.
From
Nope.
the American Atheist National Convention.
Smooth.
I hate you.
Yeah, you're not going to mute me on my own show. No, I won't be too mean. It's fine.
No, because people are going to wonder. You can't
Yeah,
do
they're gonna
that.
wonder.
So here's what
Inside
happened.
baseball.
I absolutely love cognitive dissonance. They're the ones who actually bumblefucked me into atheism. And Cecil has his Facebook profile as a picture of us up on stage, but I got cut out of the picture. And so it's
I
Jamie and Cecil.
did
And
not.
Jamie doesn't even listen to that podcast.
I listen to
and
it.
I'm mad. It
I
breaks
listen
my
to
heart.
it, just not as religiously as you.
No, he doesn't. He's just
I
covering his
listen
ass.
to-
It kills me.
Yeah, I do, and
Yeah.
we need to leave them a message. By the way,
We do.
Save Glory Hole.
yeah.
we can leave
Send
them a
them a
message,
message.
and then you can end it with, "Why wasn't it in your profile picture?" It'd be great. It would
You
be
know
a lot
how
of
I know
fun.
you don't listen to Cogdes? Because the leaving the message, the monkey men, is from Scathing Atheist.
No.
And you didn't
no,
get my Dave
no.
Dobenmeyer reference last episode.
I know that the Farnsworth quote is Scathing Atheist. You leave them the voicemail.
It's okay.
You say
It's
Glory
okay.
Hole.
It's okay.
We're just
When was the
vamping
last
at this
time you
point. I'm
listened
sorry,
to the
Dennis.
The proper way to leave a message to others is to leave an arrow-studded body on the beach.
Dennis, you're my fucking hero.
Thank you.
You
Thank
brought
you.
us back. You saved
Yes.
us from this. You, sir,
I have to bring it.
you are my hero.
It's the cycle of news.
Oh, God. I love it.
Just your deadpan sincerity.
Yeah, well.
Just killed me. Oh my god.
All right.
I'm glad he got all his shots.
That's the proper way to leave a message.
He did get all of his shots.
I'm good on that.
He got
I'm good on
shots
that.
he didn't need. From arrows. It's because he got shot. with
Yes.
arrows. Probably. I don't know.
Arrows.
Our thoughts and not prayers go out to his wife and kids.
So,
did someone in the chat tell us what the name of that island was?
No.
Oh. Well, then why do we even have it? God.
Why do we even have an internet?
Thank you, amazing people in the chat. You are amazing.
Stan GC says that Kevin looks like a low-rent Bradley Cooper.
But Eric, all right. We
You know
need
what?
a burn
I'll take
for
that.
Eric. We need
I'll take that.
We need a burn for Eric. We need a burn for each of us from the chat before
that
we
makes
leave.
me so happy.
That
Guys, keep them coming.
But
Yeah,
in
right.
recap, to recap, Jamie said to post
No, I
burning
didn't.
churches to people
No,
on Facebook.
No, go back. We have tape. I did
what
not,
else do we
I
have?
did not say that.
Send Ohio politicians to North Cross Island. Is that it?
No, that's what you said.
Or tell them that they need
It is
Jesus.
North
You said-
Sentinel Island.
North Sentinel.
There will
Thank
be
you.
there will be a
Yes, yes.
poll.
Obviously,
Sentinel
no
Island.
cross. Right?
In the ACA production group, there will be a poll for 1, darkest joke, and 2, whether or not you thought that kid should have died.
That's pretty dark right there.
That's pretty dark.
Fuck, Jamie.
I want people to laugh. I'm going to try and make someone else laugh as hard as you made. Yeah. I think I'm probably going to fail a lot.
Dennis has years on you, bro.
That's right.
Yeah. what are you trying to say? Yeah. All right. I think, before you take us out, are there any more last minute sick burns?
No, and we are on a delay, so we're probably not going to see him until after the show. So we can address them when you find out whether or not we got the Poe thing. I want to know.
Right.
I want to
Yes.
know if it was a Poe.
Yeah.
We suffered through a lot of
Well,
that.
here's what I will tell you. It wasn't written by me. It was written by a person from the UK. But that is
Okay.
not an
But it could
indication.
be a satire
It could be
site.
Yeah. I recently reconnected with my writing roots, so I've been talking to people that like writing
cool.
things. So
I just
it
recently,
could have been one of them. I've reached out to some of them to help me write the satire because
I recently finished painting a portrait, so
Very nice.
turned out really well.
that's right. Yeah.
Eric
Actually,
looks like an alcoholic Eric Estrada. Eric Estrada.
I don't know who.
Wow.
So I look like Eric Estrada, apparently. I mean, I'll take it,
Yeah.
right?
Well,
the
actually-
chips, just wear the tight beige brown kind of pants and walk
I don't
around
know
like
who
a
that is.
boss.
Dennis, I don't think you plug your work or channel.
My
on
artwork and stuff.
your artwork and stuff.
Yeah.
enough.
Well,
this is a
I've got
accomplished
a
artist.
website at www.denisloubet.com, and I've got a Art of Denis Loubet page on Facebook. So yeah, and I've got a Patreon. So
got a Patreon.
Yeah.
You're starting a YouTube channel.
trying
just
to
out
get a
of curiosity,
YouTube channel going.
If someone contacted you,
Yeah.
and
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Too much, probably. It's too much to do.
Yeah. If someone contacted you and said, "Hey, will you do this artwork for me? I'll give you a lot of money." Would you do it?
Yes.
Yeah. So if you have a lot of money and would like
Yes.
world-class art via Denis Loubet, I actually have no idea where to tell them to go to get a hold of you.
Well,
DenisLoubet.com.
my DenisLoubet.com will have contact info.
Right there.
Yeah, it's DenisLoubet.com.
That-
It's the same as his name, and that's how you can remember.
That's right. One N. My name is
Amazing
not
voice.
pronounced Denis Loubet. It just, I don't understand
should
these
do that.
American spellings.
You should do that NPR thing where if they win, they can get you on their voicemail.
I did not know that was a thing.
I
that
don't
must
know.
be where
It's
all
from-
the
it's
Bojack
from,
voicemails come from.
It's from
does that
Wait,
work?
Don't Tell Me.
Someone's saying nice things about Eric. So
Eric-
it's drawing attention
Eric's
to
That's
it.
nice.
Eric's
All
a
right.
dreamboat.
All right, quick. Give us an escape.
Give us an escape?
All right,
right.
take us out, Dennis.
Really
Well-
quick, thank you so much for having me on the show.
Dude, thanks for
I
being
absolutely
here.
adore you
Thanks
guys.
for
This has
being
been a
here.
ton of fun.
Go give someone their shots.
All right. Well, given that was our show and that we hope you enjoyed it, it follows that we'll be back with another syllogism in 2 weeks on the 5th of December.